All right, all right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom. Sister Deborah is coming this evening. Time to talk. And that is exactly what Sister Deborah is going to do in this next hour or so. It's time to talk. And we're going to talk about a few things before I get started in going to chapters and verses to see if we could rest on the meaning uh, that is hidden behind the message. Okay. But I want to talk about several videos that's shown on YouTube about Iran stating that they have a message for the brown skinned people, Judah. They call them black. Uh, and in me, being so, I know the mindset of Judah, they respond to any and everything. They don't understand how to stand down and know that it's a scheme. And it is, it's a scheme. They don't have anything to really say to Judah. But I noticed that in the last couple of months, Iran, you see videos saying that Iran is speaking to the blacks in America. But I say unto you, Iran has nothing to say to the brown skinned people here in the United States of America, and nor do Judah need to be responding like it's something exciting, because you think you hearing Iran uh, having a word to say about the black people here in the United States of America. Iran don't have a word to say, for they were also participants in the Atlantic slave trade, big time. So therefore, even if they weren't, Judah have to know within himself to not get excited because of Iran, or it is said. We can't say Iran is actually saying it, but even if it is said, I think brown skinned people have to kind of, and I don't know if they ever be able to use their sense, but have some sense and integrity about themselves. Iran ain't got nothing to say to you. They shouldn't be saying a word to you. And for many to be on here trying to make it a big thing, because it is said that Iran is saying some things to black Americans. It's a setup, people. And I don't understand why Judah is really getting embedded with a lot of stuff that does not show that he is Judah. See, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. Judah is not Judah. That type of Judah that would take on or connect to Iran, that wouldn't be Judah. The spiritual Judah knows that Iran don't have no words for the spiritual Judah, nor the spiritual Israel. No, they don't have no words. You don't even entertain that nonsense. But Judah and Israel, I say Judah in the natural, they'll go for that because they don't know no better. If they turn around right today and give them $5 million worth of guns, they would take them into their community and kill up their own people before I give them a week. That's the mindset of Judah. That's not Judah, spiritual Judah. That's the other Judah. That's the one that they target because they know that it's easy to just give them something. Let's take an example. I don't know if you all knew about that spring break in Houston. Okay. They made the brown skinned people look very foolish. But then I got to also say the brown skinned people made themselves look foolish because no one have come up and say, wait a minute, I don't know how I got this, you know. And you notice in Houston during the spring break, a lot of them was gathering, and somewhere a lot of things were passed along. They got blisters all over their faces, all over their mouths, and many of them are said to have caught all kind of different things. And it's said that this is what they were out there doing. See, you cannot see a people out there doing stuff like that and have the mindset that this is the people. You know, this is God's people in a way that you're bypassing all the things they're doing in the flesh that does not appear that they are the spiritual seed, but they are the worldly seed. So I believe that this is me, that something was passed along. They knew the event. They knew many was going to, just like their European, when they have spring breaks, they know exactly where all the children are going to be heading. When they knew where Judah was heading, Houston, and in a location somewhere in Houston, you don't know if they put something in what they drink, or you don't know if they put it in their food. That's how easy it is. And many of them came back not damaged, but when they got home, things start to show up. Many start seeing things show up in their bodies, and on their bodies, on their face, in their mouths, in their lips, on their way home. But I'm just showing you how we as a people still today don't have no sense of nothing. I mean, we can't see that this world is not going to treat you fair. This country is not a country that's going to turn around and start treating you good. And if you go out anywhere as a crowd, and Sister Deborah, would tell brown-skinned people, don't make no arrangements here in this country to meet up somewhere in this country as a group of people. You see what I'm saying? Because they could do anything and everything, because right now everything is in the opening, and whether you all accept it or not, it ain't important that you accept it. They're putting everything right out in the opening. And I seen so many people are said to be affected by what took place over in Houston during spring break with our brown skinned young people, that is off the chain. See how easy it was, you know? I heard that it's all kind of disease, even AIDS, everything easily can be done. You all don't really believe that where you at is a place. It ain't like what it used to be. You see, it's where Yah will has assigned it to be, worse than any time period ever exist on the face of the earth. And I believe that the brown skinned people will be the last one to take that serious. You know, they don't do well with following orders and rules. So they don't look at stuff like that and say, well, you know, we need to really, you know, be watching ourselves in the way we conduct ourselves, in the way we go out here thinking that, you know, everything's all good and all's well, because it's not. You remember I told y'all I used to go to estate sales and yard sales. Sister Deborah don't even go no more because it's a field when I'm there now. Oh, it's a big difference, y'all. It ain't nothing like it was about a year and a half ago. No, I can feel the vibes. So I am what I call a living witness that the people's whole energy, they spirit, it's not their energy, it's their spirit is cutting up. And that when that cut up, it's over. It's over. You don't better not trust nobody. So my son asked me, and he said, I noticed you don't go out to the estate sales or to the yard sales no more. Why don't you do something? I told him I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I got to do something. I can't just sit in the house. But I told him I'll find something. And when I do, ain't nobody going to be able to tell me nothing. But I had to stop it because when I go, I can feel. And I can go anywhere I want. I don't care what nobody feel or how they conduct themselves. But when I go in a place, I don't focus on anything like that. But it is so heavy now, y'all. It ain't the same. It is not the same. And it's not the same out here. So you all can go and play that game if you want to. It ain't the same out here. So I'm just saying to you, this thing that happened in Houston among those young people doing spring break, all of them had, not all of them, I heard majority of them had issues, but they brought home issues. Many of them, you don't know if it was them doing something they ain't got no business doing, or did they put that thing as they can. They can put anything they get out of the lab, they can put it anywhere. And we as a people, we don't understand the danger in where we're at today. We might have thought back in the days when we were in slavery was worse. No, see, this is why I know people don't believe anything, because he said that in the end days, it's going to be worse than any other time period. And I'm a living witness, not a dead prophet, but a living one that says I can feel that thing. Mm-hmm. Oh yes, I can feel it. It's different, y'all. It ain't the same. So when he's telling me to say that it's over, it's a feel. It's a feel that you have that, wait a minute, this ain't the same. This is not yesterday. This day we in is not yesterday. No, it's not. Okay. So I believe that that many things could have happened as far as putting stuff in their food, in their drink. And if they went out there doing things they ain't got no business, that too can be a reason why a lot of things took place. But what I noticed Browns Key and people are doing, they're doing a whole lot of wicked and evil. And that lead me to understand, to continue to instill in you all that everybody is not the spiritual Judah. Everybody is not the spiritual Israel. You see? So when you see stuff going on and you see your own nation doing things, understand it's among all nations, okay? But just because we're Israel and Judah don't mean that everybody that said that they're Judah are the spiritual Judah or the spiritual Israel. Everybody ain't the spiritual Israel. Everybody's not the spiritual Judah. I feel you, Sister Deborah. It's heavy like that. Hear it in the last 2 years. Find myself home slot. you stay at home too. But we have to find something to do, and not be bound because the wickedness that's out here. And I was just thinking about how to keep busy. And what I really need to do is to keep busy. You all, I don't know if you all know this. I don't know. I forgot his. I don't know. I ain't gonna say I remember it, but his name was Corey. I don't know if you all have ever seen him on YouTube. when I'm sitting down today, just relaxing, and I saw him on YouTube, a picture of him crying, and I said, that's just a quick, what they call it, quick bait. You know what they do? It's just so amazing how so many people put fake pictures just to get you to come to their page. It does not make any sense. See, that's why I said, and people flock. But this one here, I saw it and I said, no, that can't be him. What he crying about? And then I heard someone say, pray for him. I listened to the pastor that was speaking on him and showing you his video. This man was so sick. And somewhere along the line, the same sickness he has, his grandson, 6 years old, have. They both have came down with something. And so far, they saying that the doctors really don't know what it is. Honestly, I sit back and I looked at this guy named Corey. Corey is a young man that was once incarcerated, and he got out and he started him a YouTube page, and then he started ministering, doing his ministry. And what he was really trying to, he was a beat down on Greek, because he had figured he had mastered Greek, in that we need to seek Greek for understanding the Bible. And then somewhere along the line, people got on him so bad, and he left Greek alone. And he then began to really attack other YouTubers and said, this is not true. What they saying is not true. This is not true. Like, he would pour me up and said, she don't know. She's not telling the truth because this. This is how this young man is. I think he said he's 53. And when I saw him on YouTube today, this man had a sickness, and all kept coming to me. I don't care what the doctors gonna give him or what they think they're gonna give him and how they're gonna help him. I myself said a prayer to the Most High Yah, that if you can just bless him with that right hand, Father. I know that you can. It be your will, if you can just bless him, because the young man was very sick. He was that type of sick that was, I'm going to tell you what I think it is. What I believe, someone put a voodoo, witchcraft but I say more so that when I'm seeing him talking and he's that sick, I would say closer to something voodoo. Somebody did something I think that's what they did to him. And even though that grandbaby who might have been around him ended up also catching whatever granddaddy had, he was crying. He began to cry because he said, it's his grandbaby. He ain't too much worried about himself, but it's his grandbaby. And this man, whole head, he has a bald head and a round face. He's sweating y'all. He's sweating, he wiping, and you can tell he said he been throwing up, and he just in pain. He has headaches. He's had pain. He can't hold food. He just everything going on in his body. I think someone told him that which he think it is not good for his kidney or something like that. But to me, I cannot tell you all that I can tell that I know for sure. But when I watched him and I saw him, and I did pray to the Father and asked him for his right hand over him and his grandson, I believe someone put something on him, because that's what it appeared as if it's. And when he went into emergency, he said they ran tests all over the place, from COVID, everything. He said all kind of tests. They did not find anything. So I think it was something they said, well, maybe it's this, even though we did all the tests and they didn't see it. They just gave a name to something. I don't know if that's a person that was on YouTube who put that name up. But the thing about it is, That's what it appeared to me. It appeared to me something that a form of a voodoo spell on that man. I really do. I really do. So I'm hoping that the Father will lay his right hand on him and heal him and deliver him and call him, if it be your will, Father, to serve you. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was pretty sad, because the sickness that he said when he get off telling us about what's going on, he already been to the emergency. Or I think that one day he's going back. He said he got to go back to the hospital. He can't. So this is after he was sweating, and I mean, you should have seen him, y'all. You can tell that it's something that hit that man. That's what I think. That's me thinking like that. Mm-hmm. Clickbait, yeah. I don't know why everybody doing that now. They just saying anything and just hoping that you go, and that people run to it. They should be tired of it. So I just like I say, will lift his name up to the Most High Yah. Nobody wants to have to go through stuff like that. Nobody. So now I'm gonna go into it's time to talk. So anybody have anything that a question, or even have the answers to question, you can pull up and put your question or your answer out. Yes, it's called clickbait. That's what they do. And why they do that, I ain't gonna even say. I try to find a reason why. Just let them go and keep playing. So when I go into Titus, in the book of Titus, chapter 1 and verse 15. When I go into the book of Titus, chapter 1 and verse 15, it says, unto the pure, all things are pure. But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure. But even their mind and their conscience is defiled. You see that? Their mind and their conscience is defiled. Let me go over that again. Titus chapter 1 and verse 15. It says, unto the pure, all things are pure. But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure. But even their mind and their conscience is defiled. Verse 16. Listen to this here. They profess that they know Yah, but in works they deny him, being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobated. That's a very scary thing. And this is what I say about people today. It is so important that if you step out into a realm of being one that share the word of Yah and you minister the word of Yah, be careful out here. Because here in Titus, it said, chapter 1 and verse 15, unto the pure, all things are pure. But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure. See, we want everybody to be like we are. And the Father wants us to know we need to stop putting everybody in the same basket. We know that we want our loved ones and our friends and our neighbors and our co-workers and all, and our children, our husband, our wife. But we keep putting people where they don't belong. And this is why people can't see the light. It's because they're going into the darkness, trying to make the darkness light. And the darkness can't be light, y'all. Listen to what this is saying in the book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 15. Until the pure, all things are pure. But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure. Now watch this here. This is what I like when you go to verse 16. But even their mind, y'all, and conscience is defiled. So you're trying to get a person to enter into the realm of the light. And here it's telling you they could be defiled. Their mind and their conscience could be defiled. They can be unbelieving. They can be defiled, period. And they're not pure. But we as people, we want to bring everybody into the realm of the light and call it to be what we are. And that's not fair. Okay? Listen to what verse 16. They profess. How are you professing that they know Yah? How? You're not pure. You're an unbeliever. Your mind and your conscience is defiled. And you professing to know Yah? That's why I tell y'all, be careful with people. Because people will play it for all it's worth. And that too was prophesied in the end days. You ain't gonna know what's on your left. You ain't gonna know what's on your right. You ain't gonna even know what you're gonna have in your household. It's gonna be so many serpent seeds in your household, and you're gonna be the spiritual seed, and you ain't gonna even know how to deal with that serpent seed that's in your house. That's facts, y'all. Sister Deborah ain't just talking. That's facts. So you end up trying to make that serpent seed the light. Even though that serpent seed don't have the mind of that serpent seed, and the conscience of that serpent seed is defiled. That serpent seed is defiled, period. And it's an unbelieving seed. And then it says in 16, they confess that they know Yah, but in works they deny him, being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobated. That's dangerous. Just imagine if that's a wife. Just imagine if that's a husband. Just imagine if that's a mother or a grandmother, a grandfather or a grandmother, an aunt or an uncle. Just imagine if that's your coworker you work with for so many years. Your neighbor that you live by 20 years. You talk to them, you communicate with them. But this could be them. I like to say to you, be very in this day, because that which you are around or in the midst of, you can truly become that which you are around. A lot of people don't think they could. Oh, yes, you can. At a blink of an eye. That's why Satan makes sure he keep darkness around the light, in hope that the darkness would overshadow the light. Because round about now, there are people that are the spiritual seed that's trying to feel their way so they can get to this narrow gate. And they can't seem to find their way. And they finding themselves going through a lot of turmoil because they stopping at this church and joining this church. They joining this YouTube page. They on Facebook trying to fit in. They on all these platforms trying to fit in. And they just can't understand why they don't fit in. So just imagine here in Titus chapter 1 and verse 15 telling you that they are not pure. They are defiled. They are unbelieving. But yet they're going to turn around and every mind and their conscience is defiled. But guess what it said in 16? They profess that they know Yah. That they know Yah. Many of you all are experiencing that right here today. Individual that would challenge you on anything you say because they say they know the Most High Yah. Okay? And he wants you to know. But in works, they deny him. So what does that tell you right there? People can say they know him. He know them. Oh, I know I'm in there. They are so assured. Those are the wickedest people on the face of the earth, to where they have assured themselves. And you know what? I say that, and I say it real bold. But if you really think of it, go back to verse 15. Look what 15 says. 15 says, but unto them they are defiled and unbelieving, is knowing, and it's nothing pure about it. Now, watch this. But even their mind and their conscience is defiled. And in it all, mind and their conscience defiled. They are really unbelievers. Come on now. And they are defiled. But why are they professing to know the Most High Yah? Do that make any sense? It doesn't. That's why I say you have to be very careful in how you deal with people. But what I like is this right here. It says in verse 16, but in works, showing you what I've been teaching you all. They don't have no works, none whatsoever. They deny him. Why do they deny him in works? Because they have none. That's where you can discern who they are. And they have no idea how you're discerning who they are. And Yah has given you the ability to know who they are, because he's actually letting you know, even in this is what I've been trying to say. People are running around here, like it says in verse 16, they profess they know Yah. Oh, I know I'm in there. I know I'm in, and nobody can't tell them nothing. I've had them on this platform at the highest level that it can actually be. For real, for real. They sit up in the corner. They stay up in the corner, and no matter what, they hang in the corner. This message is for them. This message is for them. Because it says, but in works, they deny him. So if they don't have no works, that's a part of denying him. And you have to understand what the works is. Okay, now watch this here. Being an abominable and disobedient. Where are they disobedient? In many places. Okay. And unto every good work, listen to this, and to every good work, they are what? Reprobated. Do you know that word reprobated mean they gone? I tried to tell these people, get out of that corner. Because if you that brick wall that's constantly here, hiding up in the corner, thinking you are nothing but a, what did it say? A reprobated. Your mind is just, that means you gone. I tried to tell them, you're gone. And I sit back and I think about how horrible that is for a person to think that this is a survival skill. You know, that's something that they can. But then if they do it to Yah, they just that sick. Because the works ain't what they do to Sister Deborah. He said, but in works they deny him because they feel that they can come on this page and sit up in the corner and be there month after month, year after year, and just sit there and eat from the table. You see, that's what this here is for. Titus chapter 1, verse 15 through 16. You know what? Matter of fact, look what I got. This is my highlighter. That's going to be really, really good. That's something I would even write down in my tablet, because that's something that lays it out. I can't break it down no better than that, Titus. I really couldn't break it down no better than that, because he even ended up. He ended really good, and he said, because every good work is reprobated. You see, they let them sit up in the corner. Let them sit and eat until they gut bust wide open. It ain't gonna mean nothing, because he just said right here, they're professing they know Yah. You see, they're not a oneness on this page. They're individuals that comes year after year after year, months and months, and sit up in the corner, trying to be included, but they don't understand you're excluded, but don't know it. So the next one I would like to go to is Luke, in the book of Luke. In the book of Luke, chapter 8 and verse 18. I thought that was a really good one. Luke chapter 8 and verse 18. In Luke chapter 8 and verse 18, it says, take heed therefore how ye hear. For whosoever have, to him shall be given. And whosoever have not, from him shall be taken even that which he seemeth to have. Going back up into the corner. Same situation. And this is a good one too. Now, I didn't even know that piggyback a little bit off of the last one. Now, listen to what it says. Luke chapter 8 and verse 18. Take heed, therefore, how ye hear. Okay? For whosoever have, to him shall be given. And when you go to that Titus chapter 1 and verse 16, he talks about the works don't have they don't have no works that represent Yah. You see, they don't have it. You see, but and what he said, and they're really in a reprobated mindset, and Yah, that means Yah done threw his hand up and said, leave them people alone. Let them go and stay in the corner. Let them do what they're going to do. They ain't got nothing coming. You see? So here in verse 18, in Luke chapter 8, in verse 18, it says, take heed therefore how ye hear it. Hear. For whosoever have what? Have the gifts, have the works. What did he say? To him shall be given. And whosoever have not, watch this here. Whosoever have not, watch this here. Whosoever have not, from him shall be taken even that which he seem to have. You see that? He seemed to have. Why seem? Because in the mentality of people, y'all, in their mind, they got it so nailed. They nailed it in their mind This is the way I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be this way, and it's in my way, and ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. I ain't doing nothing. They got it so in their mind to where they feel that it's gonna go this way, and this is the way I want it. But it's their flesh, y'all. It's their flesh. But he say, from him shall be taken even that which he seemeth to have. So you can seem it that you have Yah. And like Titus chapter 1 and verse 16 says, it said that they profess they know Yah. You see what I'm saying? So it's a game being played. And I try to explain to you all, because we on the midnight hour, the last thing you want to do is play the game with the people. You don't want to play games. That's the last thing you want to be doing in such a midnight hour, is playing games. You see? But they insist on that they can't survive unless they play that game. You know how we were talking about clickbait? Same way. You remember I was telling you, I don't know why they do that, which I don't, but it's a game to them. You see, it's a game. You know, I just put this up here, this gonna get people to turn to my page. And they've been on this page, most of them been on here for so many years. And they get support from YouTube. And they've been on here so many years, and they will do anything to keep it at that level where they're constantly receiving. You see? And even if they have to, what you call it, clickbait people, they don't care. They want it to continue to roll over into that over and over. They don't care. They feel they got to get something out of it. Here in Luke chapter 8 and verse 18, take heed therefore how ye hear. For whosoever have, to him shall be given, and whosoever have not, from him shall be taken, even that which he seem to have. He's letting you know, in their mentality, they think they got it. I know I'm in there. I got my ticket to the kingdom. I know I'm saved. I know I'm full. People with that type of mindset, those are what you call hardcore flesh serpent seeds. And that's what Titus was saying. And they say they know. Yeah. But nothing about them. Nothing about them represent him. Okay, so I think that was a pretty good one there. So let's go to Matthew's chapter 10. In Matthew's chapter 10, verse 26. Matthew's chapter 10 and verse 26, it reads, fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. Now I'm going to tell you about that. Matthew chapter 10 and verse 26. That is so beautiful, because what he says to me is that which is in the dark in the end days, Deborah, shall come to the light in the last days. And that's what he told me I need to be just working on, bringing truth out of darkness. And that's it. You see, just stick with that. And here it is. Yeshua was saying it already here in Matthew's. He said it in Luke. He said it in Mark. And he said it in John. Here in Matthew's chapter 10, verse 26, fear them that therefore, fear them not therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hidden that shall not be known. So see what I'm saying? We're going to be where we're at today is that time period that nothing is going to be hidden, y'all. Yeshua sitting here saying it, and I heard Luke, Mark, and John pick it up. But it's just the idea that reminds me of what he said to me. that which is in the dark shall come to the light in the last days. So here it said, fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hidden that shall not be made known. Now, let me give you a little something that I'm gonna wait on the Most High and see what He give me on this. Did you know, y'all, that people talks a lot about the book of Enoch? Y'all hear a lot of people talking about the lost books, the found books, the book of the giants, and Ezra, Jubilee. You hear all these different books. These books don't take you to the throne of salvation. You know what I'm saying? It don't take you, the words don't take you there. I did not read Enoch, okay? But I listened to the whole Ezra, and it took 3.5 hours. And I was like, Father, but it's still not drawing people or sending people to you. And he said to me, but it's what you were saying. He said, it's no different than that, Deborah. It's still the same thing. It's just words. But the people ain't even drawn by the book that they say is the word, which is the Bible. It's not even drawing the people, y'all. This Bible is not drawing the people to y'all. So all the other lost books and found books that they have, it's not going to draw them either. But guess what the Father was sharing with me? He said, but Deborah, this is what has happened. You know how everybody take the King James Bible and they got their own interpretation, their own understanding, their own wisdom, their own knowledge, their own way of putting it together to make it make sense to them. He was telling me that had they took any of the books, he really told me even Enoch, and brought out what was the purpose of Enoch. They didn't do that. Everything they talk about Enoch is always about the giants and the fallen angels and all of the dark and evil. And the Father said, no, they missed it. He said Enoch was a form like unto Yeshua. Enoch came just as the form of Yeshua. You see? And not only that, he didn't leave behind a body, which is a flesh. So what was his purpose? He said, that's what you would never hear. He say, now, when they get into the book of Enoch, they're not going to really get into Enoch and show you why Enoch was taken up. Why did Enoch not have a body left behind? You see? What it tells a different story than what everybody is talking about. Because Enoch came to minister to people in how to serve the Creator, okay? And how to take heed and what's that word called? Turn to the Creator and to learn about, like Yeshua called it, the kingdom of heavens is at hand. You know, the kingdom of heavens is at hand, y'all better repent, for the kingdom of heavens is at hand. Yeshua wanted us to know all about the kingdom and about the Father, where the power come from, where everything come from. Yeshua wanted us to know. You see? When Yeshua left here, he died in the flesh for the sin of the flesh of all mankind. But remember, he rose up on the third day. But when his final leaving, what did he do? Identical to what who did? Enoch. He ascended off the earth. Did he leave a body? No. You see, he was telling me that they're not going to teach it in the righteous order. Enoch's purpose was likened to Yeshua. He come down here to give people the insight of the Father, to teach them about the Father. That was his only purpose coming. He said that's all, and that's all he came from for. All this other stuff that they're talking about, he said they ain't gonna tell the truth. They ain't gonna tell you that Enoch came just as Yeshua came. One thing Yeshua wanted to make sure he tells Sister Deborah, it's not me. It is my Father. All them signs and wonders. He is the Word. He said, don't call me master. Only one master is my Father in heaven. Everything he said, even right here today, nobody would even take heed to what the Son of Man was saying about the Father. When that's how Enoch came. And even to today, they are not going to tell you that Enoch came to in a sense, to preach the gospel of the kingdom. There ain't nobody telling you that. And the Father was sharing that with me. He said that's one reason it's no need in you going in there. Because they didn't said it and made it about all these other things on the earth. And they have forsaken, wait a minute, who comes to the earth born of out of a woman? Who do that and leave out of here without leaving a body behind? We know even Moses, they said his body was left behind. But this one here, Enoch's identical to Yeshua. Yeshua left the body when he died. But when Christ risen him up and he began to go out to witness and to show that he had risen, but the final time he left, right dead in the midst of the disciples' eyes, he ascended. Identical to the way Enoch ascended. So that's what the Father was sharing with me today. I said, but that's kind of sad. They won't tell the truth. That's all Enoch came down here to do, y'all, was to witness to us about the kingdom. The kingdom, just like Yeshua did. That's why Yah wasn't letting him live down here to die. His mission was to minister about the Father to the people. That's it. Why is it when you hear Enoch today, you don't hear none of that? And I'm grateful to even be living for the Father to enlighten me of that. I said, they don't even know nothing about that though. He said, no, because they want to teach a lie. Because if you listen to them teach Enoch, it's all about the fallen angel, the giants, and all this darkness. And the Father said he came to speak on me, on my behalf, Deborah. And that's who gave me the liken to Yeshua, the Son of Man. Because Enoch was born of a woman. He came to minister and teach. Just like, say for instance, me. I come down here to represent the Most High Yah. When that's how Enoch came down. But Enoch had even that how would you say it? That Christ sort of thing with him. Because that's what he ascended back without even leaving the body. Now, I would probably leave a body. You know what I'm saying? But Enoch didn't. This is why they don't know who Melchizedek was. They don't know, and they lie about him. And knowing he shouldn't have even been nowhere, he had to have been something y'all brought down here, because he didn't have a mother or father. He wasn't born. You see what I'm saying? But why is it we refuse to see it in the spirit realm? We want to make it about the natural and the natural only, which is the dark way. Because it's the same situation with Melchizedek. They want to make him everybody outside of what he was or who he was and the purpose he was. I told y'all they will not give the Most High Yah no glory at all. Just think if everybody that we had come to know in our study guide, if we would have took everything they did and taught it a way of magnifying the Most High instead of magnifying the dark and making it a manly thing or earthly thing, a worldly thing. Why is it that everything has to be put in that type of category? So I'm like saying to the Father, they won't make it home because they making everything about the flesh. And the only way they want to teach it, if they can teach it surrounding the flesh. And that's what they're doing. So here in Matthew chapter 10, and that was what? Verse 26, he says, fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hidden that shall not be known. So when we see all of this stuff going on about all the stuff we finding out that they had put in our water, our toothpaste, our mouthwash, the makeup, y'all ain't learned none of that. 99.9 don't know nothing about all that. All of the stuff that they have ever created in this country was to destroy our organs and our insides. And we have, even here today, it's not hidden anymore. And in these verses, it's actually telling people that there's a time where this stuff is going to be clearly seen. What is hidden is going to be clearly seen. But what I am, a prophet in the wilderness right today, a living witness that people don't give a rat's behind about what they see. Like I gave y'all that example about Epstein. They gave them 300 pages of all dirt on Epstein, Donald Trump, everybody. You don't hear nothing about it now. You see? Why somebody should give y'all papers to play? Because they know y'all that's stupid. Let's give them what they want. They can't do nothing about it. They ain't gonna say nothing about it. What's the sense of getting all that information? Because they all wanted to be on these platforms and podcasts and talking about something. And that's why they bring those things to the people in this country to distract them from what they really doing to them. You see? And this country is just that blind to those who are ruling this country. They just throw something in front of them and they just figure, that's it. Oh, I got it. Okay, yeah, it's this. They'll throw another 200 pages about Epstein, telling you everybody that was in it, like they did with the last one. Nobody got arrested. Nobody got locked up. Nobody got brought to court. Nobody did nothing. So what was the purpose? Why are y'all chasing the things that they put before you? That same thing like YouTube. They can put something on YouTube and everybody on it. Look at that young girl who that man was dating. And what did he do? It was said that he killed her. Okay? Look how everybody got it all over the place. And when they finish, it's all about likes and subscribers. They're not trying to find out if this really happened. Y'all, it's all about likes and subscribers so that at the end of that month, they can get that YouTube check. And I don't know why people don't see that. That just shows you the blindness that's in darkness. The blind mindsets of people that's actually in darkness. They see this stuff and it don't mean nothing to them that they making videos after videos after videos regarding this young lady. And I don't know where these young ladies on YouTube, these brown-skinned young ladies on YouTube and their parents don't see nothing wrong with what they're doing until something happens. I know we can't, a lot of us, we can't say nothing to our young people. They won't listen. They won't take heed. You see, a lot of them don't. But in this young girl's situation, I overheard, not because I was looking at it, I just overheard someone saying that she used to dance for a strip club. And I'm like saying, she too young. How did she get involved? See, she was chasing that mighty dollar in the dark alleys, playing that game. And mom and dad, they didn't have no problem with it. And I can't say they didn't have no problem with it, but you know, everything fine and dandy as long as she was living her fantasy or her wealthy little life, you know. But this is the sort of stuff I even tell my daughter, y'all. I tell her all the time, too many young girls lost their living for you to be walking in the same footstep. I tell her, I for you to be out here walking in the same footsteps of those who have lost their lives. Why? You can't tell them nothing. I think about how it was said that the children was going to be disobedient. You know, I do know that. You know, and they're not going to follow orders. But you also got to understand the sins of the father rest in them. So a lot of them are playing that out too, you know, so they really out here just doing whatever and they don't see no wrong. To me, I say that many young women then lost their lives. And I tell my daughter, it's no way you should be doing the same thing, thinking that yours is exempt. I'm sure they thought that too. You keep it up. You're asking for it. Oh, I don't play. I let her know. That's why they really try to stay away from me. I don't have no problem. Stay away. Stay away. Because I tell them. And it's a sad thing, but you got to let them go. Because this is just like it's nothing you can do. You really, really can. You really can't do nothing with it. Just don't support it. No matter what they do, don't support it. So all of this stuff that's in the dark, he's saying, Yeshua is saying that's going to come to light. This is what I was explaining to you all, how the Father says to me, Deborah, just bring the light out of the darkness. That's it. You know, he's not chasing and begging people to come into the light. No, that's not what he's trying to do. He's not dragging people to the broad gate. Nope, that's not what he's trying to do. He just wanted us to understand, those that are all of the light, to know that the light gonna always exceed the darkness. So don't think he's just gonna let darkness just be darkness all over the place. And then no light, you know, even though a lot of people prefer this darkness. So I'm gonna go to Matthew's chapter 4. In Matthew's chapter 4, and verse 22, it reads, Matthew's chapter 4 and verse 22, it says, for there is nothing hidden, so that's Mark, which shall not be manifested, neither shall anything kept secret, but that it shall come abroad. So that's also allowing you all to understand, when you see all this stuff coming to the forefront, I know y'all can't help but see it, and they made movies about it. Yeah. Quick. All this stuff that they bringing to the forefront, don't be amazed or trying to figure out, well, oh, look what they doing. No. It already been said that this stuff has to come to the light. Exactly what he has charged me to do as well. Bring that light out of the darkness. Reveal that light, because that dark is overshadowing it. So I want you to just bring it out of darkness. Why? Because he already knew that he have already had it planned that everything that's in the dark is coming to light. I think I also shared with y'all that I seen something. I see it even to today. It's it's booming, y'all. To where, you know how all the time something happened, they always showing what we're doing as melanated or as brown skinned people. Let me tell you something. The Europeans has out beat that a long shot for the last 2 years. I mean, they are on here, and you will see this young man who killed all those children and shot the mothers. But let me tell you something. It's happening in the European families by great numbers. Same way, but more. And it's amazing how it's all. I mean, they bringing up bodies that of people who was missing and kidnapped and vanished. They bringing all of them back up. Cases that was hidden, and they doing all kind of things that's taking place. It's just, to me, I'm looking at this and said, dang, this stuff is out of control. But it's exactly what he said. All that stuff that was hidden is coming out. It's being brought forth. It's coming straight out so everybody can see what it always been. And what people are doing, they still trying to cover it up. The people are. But the reality is, I see it as a servant of the Most High Yah. I see it across the media, across the news, on your cell phone. I mean, you see it on YouTube, you see it on Facebook, all these issues that's going on. And it's the opposite nation being, now they letting you see everything that's going on. And this is what Yeshua had said. And Mark, Luke, John, and Matthews, they brought that out, that which is in the dark, or in a sense, that which is hidden, and all the secret things going to be revealed. You see? And you know what else? A lot of people don't know. Even things that has happened in your family long time ago, all of that stuff gonna come out. It's gonna come out. Because with me, I believe without a doubt that there are so many issues that has happened in the family that is the most secretive, wicked, demonic things that have ever happened, y'all. Now, I do believe the government in them also is detached to a lot of heavy, dark, evil, and wicked that reached high principality. I mean, really dark high. But I'm going to tell you something. It reigns in families as well. All kind of dark secrets, hidden things. And the thing about it is, it can be so hurting. That's because you come up and you thinking, oh, I had such a good family, and me and my family did. Then all of a sudden you have a family reunion, they start to tell you did, and you find out that you're not your father's child, you your father's brother child. I'm telling y'all, I done heard it all. I told I tell people, look, can't nothing come across me. I done heard it all. I ain't never thought I'd hear this type of stuff that I've heard throughout my living. I said, no, that can't be. Oh, that's why I say to y'all, it is so much. That's where I'm coming from. It is so many things, and every job that he sent me to, I was able to sit down and talk to people, or on the break or on the lunch, all different nationalities, and hear they sad stories about what took place in the family. And in the family of brown skinned people, it's a lot of darkness there too. So a lot of us think that everything is just so peachy keen, and we had a good family, and this and this and this and this, and all this dark stuff, all this stuff only happened to other people. You be surprised if your grandmother can come to you today and tell you what happened. Just your grandmother. I ain't even talking about great grandmother. They got the stories too. What Paul did, what Paul brother and friends did. Oh, it will blow your mind. And this is what I believe that a lot of this that's coming to light, it's not that it's the light that is coming to, it's the stuff that has been hidden, the stuff that has been in secret. That's the way it's in your study guide. Things that has been hidden and has been kept in secret shall come to light. Shall be brought out to the light. And that is for real, for real, for real. And like I say, we tend to think that we got it so well. As long as we can have that mind that we manipulate to believe everything is good and dandy, it's nothing wrong with that. You see? But I believe as we continue to live in this end days of tribulation, I think things that's coming forth that's been hidden, I think it's all coming out to pretty much tell some things that's really. And I think it's not going to be a little here. Look, I think it's going to be a lot of things. And that's where people are going to realize, along with what is actually taking place today. Because like this country here, now this is something else. I even believe that before America was here, I believe there were brown-skinned people here already. I really do. You see? I believe it. And I not only do I believe it, I know that it was. I'm going to tell you something else. Y'all probably said, well, Sister Deborah, you got to be kidding me. You think so? You know the world map where they got Russia, China, Africa. I don't agree with none of that. I'm telling you, they didn't move so many of that they didn't redesign all that stuff to the point where you really don't know where Africa is. You don't know where China is. You know what they told you and what they have printed out. That's why they needed the Jesuits with the Roman Catholics and the fake ooze and the Europeans. All of them are Europeans. When they got together to manipulate the world like they got it in control now, they had to start with everything. And that's what they did, because they the ones started school, education, colleges, university, which is universities as well, elementary, preschool. They started all of that. Want me to tell you what else they started? They started white supremacists, KKK, the skinheads. They started all of this stuff, and everybody standing around bringing it to light, but not enough to say, well, look what they did. They still gonna get away with it, but nobody in this country is not gonna get away with it, because see, they're not over in this country. They're not gonna get, everybody else gonna get away with it, but they're not gonna get away with it. I mean, they're gonna go on to the next, but he gonna get them wherever they call themselves running. Yep, sure is. They are being exposed. Yep. There was, huh? I really believe that. I really believe that. And I don't know, this, I don't think this was America. This ain't got nothing to do with America. And not only that, the sad part is about it, I think there's enough people that knows the truth already. That's what I don't like. And I know y'all probably said, well, why you say that? They know it. They know it already. That's the only part I don't like, because I think they know. They know the truth already. They flipped the map. Oh, they did something. I'm gonna tell you, they did something. And another thing that the Africans keep saying that the land over in Israel is on their side of Africa. No, it's not. There's water that's dividing that. But like we're saying, I believe that the maps have been, I think they redid it. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That just some things I just don't talk about, but I know for sure that that's something they did because the Spirit told me. So I know that for sure. So the reason why I don't talk about it because I don't have the receipts, but I do know that they did that. They did change the whole map. Yep, they did. And I did not. Oh man, you should have seen the type of evil they did. I went to New York and Ripley, believe it or not, if y'all would go to that art museum, Ripley, believe it or not, and you see the type of evil they did back in the days, you would say, who man would do that? It's just a different torture chambers and different things they use to torture people and to kill people. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you, and they have the audacity to have it in a museum. So you can go see how they used to kill people. And I'm like, it is off, it's stuff I ain't never seen in my life. So they're to them, that stuff is funny. Even to today, people telling people about how they found I don't know if y'all heard about all those babies they found that was dead, beheaded. I know y'all probably heard about it. Y'all might not have. But yes, they did. And ain't nobody in this country said a word. Ain't nobody said. I'm like said, they sitting here showing you and telling you, and then nobody said. That's why I say that it's I kind of understand why this land got to be destroyed. And if people are not preparing to be ready to get off of here, let me tell you, you're going down with the ship. Okay? For real, for real. Because it's things that has taken place in this country that you will not. And so another thing that I heard, and when I heard it, first place I go to the Father, trying to get some clarity, to see when could it be something. He said they were saying that I had heard that the real reason they're portraying a war over there in Iraq because underground in Iraq is what they want. They want that underground area of Iraq because there's already something built down there that the United States really want to just get the Iranians, I guess that's who they call them, out of there so they can go on and start, working, not working, I guess it is working, but going down underneath. They got a lot of things down below. A man and his whole crew travels over to Mexico and other areas where they're trying to release all these children from sex trafficking. And I think it was a whole lot of them over there in Mexico in the area where the Cortez reside. And he was talking about a mountain that the people that would go up there to the mountain and pray on behalf of the children. And these people, he said, they be clothed, they be wrapped up, and they go up to the mountain and they be crying out, they be just praying. And him and his crew went up there, and he said while they were praying, he was just looking around. He looked up, and lo and behold, a giant. He saw one of the giants hiding behind a tree. A giant hiding behind a tree. Now, what they're saying is, this man, he's one of the leader, and he said when his son came up to the mountain, he was beckoning at his son to come here. He said, tell me, look over there by that tree. Tell me what you see. And they was pretending they were down there praying, and they was talking. And he said, his son said, Daddy, that's a giant. There's a giant behind that tree. So that's what made him come on that whatever that thing they was having on YouTube, and was telling them that it wasn't only his eyes, it was his son saw it. So it's in Mexico or somewhere over there in Mexico. But it's a lot of things I know, because during the flood, I noticed it talks about uh, everybody's flesh was destroyed. So you know how the serpent, the the demons asked Yeshua if they could go into the pigs. The pigs drowned, but that didn't make the demons drown. You get what I'm saying? I believe that these other things that's taking place, where the ones that's coming out of the Euphrates, after it's dried up, I don't know if it's taking place or not, but though I think it's 4 supposed to come up from the bottomless pit over near the Euphrates. But it's a lot of stuff that they talk about, and a lot of stuff that they talk about that's in space, which I already know that they got that laser thing that's starting fires from there. And it's not only doing that, it's doing other things in other countries. Okay. They got the weather control. A lot of y'all don't know that, to the point where they can use that against Iran if they wanted to. You see what I'm saying? Oh, they did it. They did it 2 years ago, because one didn't sign on to the dotted line when they went to the was at the UN, and it wasn't nothing but 2 days later told they little country up, tore it up with the weather. I said, now, how did they able to do? Yep, I'm telling you. And in me is a feeling of, Father, how long, and why give them this ability to be able to do all of these things that they're doing? And from what I'm thinking, maybe there are those that once was on Yah's side that are feeding them information, that they're able to reach these goals, to create the CERN, to go back in time, because I believe they can do that as well. Yes, I do. Because when I think of how the Father has allowed them to do some things that even to me in my mental state, I asked the Father, but why would you allow them to do that? You know, it just to the point where I'm not even chasing the idea of what they are capable of doing, because it's to the limit. So when he said, Satan asked him, and if he can give him another level. And when he said that, I was like, Father, but you didn't let them do everything beyond what the flesh of man could do. You didn't let them go beyond. How long? I mean, that's the way I because a lot of stuff, you guys, even though I'm saying something about it now, like I told you, as a little girl, a young girl, those are things I thought about. I did, as if it was real. And if my mother can remember, she'll tell you, yeah, she used to say this, and what this is up in space. I used to say all that stuff. And just to be living to see that it's way beyond what I used to think when I was a young. Oh, it's way beyond that. It's way beyond that. I mean, that's why I say this level of allowing everybody to know all your information, and to them to know when you sleeping, when you're getting up, where you're going, and I mean all that type of stuff, y'all. I mean, who wants to do stuff like that except you in so much darkness, and you get a kick out of it? Because with me, I'm like thinking, y'all sitting here might think I'm crazy, but all this drinking blood and kids' head cut off and eating babies, and y'all, Y'all would think I'm crazy. When I was a little girl, that's the sort of stuff I saw. Y'all thought I was crazy. Y'all probably think I'm crazy. I am not lying to y'all. So that's why I'm saying it doesn't, in my mind, I'm like, but why you let them do all that? You mean all that was true? They still, oh man, that's how long, y'all, they've been doing this stuff. This stuff is nothing new. They not only did they do it, they put everything they've done in a movie. Yep, they put it in a movie. So do you think it's like a mirror of things we have colluded with to keep it hidden? Oh, yes, I do. I really do. Yep, I do. Yes, yes, yes. hmm Only problem, I do have a problem, y'all. I do have a real problem. In my mental state, I just don't understand why. Why was all this seen ahead of time? Seemed like then it shouldn't look, it should have looked horrible and bad and just then to, I don't know, it just, to me, that's just a problem I have. I really do. I be trying to figure it out why let people get to this level of cloning, you know. um who is that last one they said has been, Will Smith? Now they're saying that's, now I know Beyonce is. I don't know if y'all know that or not. That ain't Beyonce. But Will Smith is somebody. They say is another one of those. And I think when you see Will Smith children, it tells the story of a deep darkness that was going on long time ago. And I don't think it has anything to do with Jada. I really don't. I think she walked into something she wasn't uh, really aware of. And once she, you know how you can go into somewhere and once you step in there, it's like, hey, I'm here now. What should I do? That's how I think she got stuck in there. I don't think that was her destiny. Even before she had any children by Will, I don't think she really knew that he was in locked in that uh, type of stuff for so long. That's, let me show you another thing. That's why they always blaming her. For no matter what go on with Will, they always blaming her. Because that's the power of the elites. They can make it look like it's my fault. Oh yeah. They can make it look like I designed CERN, that machine. Yeah, oh yeah. And the world will believe it. Y'all will believe it. That's how deep the deception and the manipulation of a normal mind of a person, they would make you think and make everybody else think. Like Jay-Z know that that's not Beyonce. Oh, he knows that's not Beyonce. But it's no other way he can get out. Will Smith couldn't get out either, but I don't think that's Will Smith that we see today. I really don't. I really don't. And I think pretty much, if they could take all those scientists and do away with them, what makes you think they, you know why P. Daddy's still locked up? You know why he's still locked up? I don't think they're really willing to let him out, to trust him not to keep his mouth shut. So if they let him out, I'm sure either he's going to be redone or taken out. So that's the chance he has. You stay in there, you live. You come out, you gone. Because we don't trust you like that. I really do. These young men, all this wicked that they have fell into. One other thing, y'all, Will Smith, y'all, he's one of the highest level of deep, dark evil on their behalf. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Why you think his daughter and his son is out there like that? See, y'all don't think of like, that's why they so far out like that. Because daddy is out like that. Daddy had them in there when they was little babies, in that dark, wicked, demonic, sexual sickness. Been had them. They had them long time ago when they were little babies. And see, the reason why Jada can't say nothing, because I'm gonna tell y'all, a lot of people thinking that it's so easy, look like somebody can just come up and tell the truth and tell what, you either dead or alive. Choose which one. Tell me which one you would choose. That's what they good at. Giving you a chance to be dead or alive. That's just who they are. No, she's Hightower. Oprah is Hightower. She's all the way up there. Everybody don't even understand that stuff that she drink, and she oh yeah, she's a big dog in it as far as doing all of these children and eating the flesh and blood. She's big in it. She's real big in it. Yeah, she's big time. I don't know, Serena Williams. You think she in it? Now her husband, I don't too much, because his eyes look like little beady, some type of. He don't look normal, but something about her husband's eyes, I can't discern, but it ain't right. It's something about him because his eyes. When I'm looking in his eyes. Yep, they that's what they do. They get them, and like Beyonce kids, they gone. Her kids gone, and they not Beyonce's kids, but they gone. They gone. Look at how Kanye West's daughter is. You see how far out she going out there? She going all the way. They got her too. She's going the way they letting her put all them things all in her mouth, and all of, her dying, and she's so young. That's when you know they sold them out already. They gone already. Beyonce daughter too. She gone already. No matter who is her mama, who they say her mama is, and who they say her daddy is, she gone. These children they've been sold out. And this is the problem I had today. I said, now the Jacksons then spent all their money. Now they trying to bring another one out of the Jackson to do Michael Jackson, I guess, movie or something like that. And I said, they ain't got enough of it yet, you stupid people. You ain't got enough of it yet, and you're still trying to put somebody else, just all of them. They just money hungry, and they don't care what it takes to keep that money rolling in that family. And now it's one coming out to do a movie. Y'all need to sit y'all tails down. Janet, all of them know all about this darkness, y'all, and they all participate in it. All of them participate in it. And that one Torah, I don't know if that's her name. She been trying to tell the truth for the longest, and she been on medication just like Kanye, and she still can't tell it right. But she's been talking about it too. But it's just a lot of stuff, and in me, I be just like, okay, Father, how long? This is going to, how long? They can, if they want to continue it, let them continue it. Come on, Father, take us to Mount Zion. Get us out of here, because it's worse than it appeared to be. I'm gonna tell you like it is. It is worse than what it appeared to be. And most of the times when I'm seeing some, even though I know what's going on, I'm still held back because I don't have the receipts to tell you exactly. Look, here it is, here it is, here it is. But I can tell you, I know what's going on. Oh, yes, I knew exactly what's going on. Been going on for too long. And if I said I'm a little girl, I've been seeing this, it's been going on for too long. Yeah, I think that is always a part of the contract. Period. That all the children has to be sold out, and they want them to be homosexual too. They want them over in that, and I think Kanye's daughter is definitely gonna go that route. They gonna really wear her out. Kanye and don't even know what he's in for. You know, if he thinking he been locked up on medication, he ain't seen nothing yet. Because when they start taking these kids and but he knew what was going on too. So he knew what all the see. That's the thing about it. No matter what Kanye say, he was embedded in it all as well. He knew everything that was going on, even to his mother. He knew all that was going on. He knew it. Same thing with James Brown. When his wife went in for what kind of surgery? Was it breast surgery or something? And she didn't come out. It's something they constantly do, y'all, to these people. And that's why you see a lot of them doing it and following whatever they have them do, because they have full control over their whole life. And see, a lot of people don't know that. They don't know that the reason why they got to keep in it is because they either die or you stay in it. Which one? Just imagine if you had to be in that type of lifestyle to where either you so sold over to darkness, to where all this darkness, you see them killing these babies, beheading, and people sitting around here, they know these people are doing all this. And I'm like saying, so are they a part of it? To me, if you know that this is being done, why ain't nobody doing anything? To me, because they're in it. I believe a lot of them are detached to it. I mean, from the Freemasons, all of them, was detached into all that stuff. And I'm like, somebody like me, I would strictly go before the Father. Well, why, Father? Why? And how long? And what for? I just, because it's darker than your mind can comprehend it. Let me just say it like that, to be honest. It's darker than your mind can comprehend it. It's just that bad. For real, for real. I remember that plane, and it had all those, I think it was like 45 scientists on that plane from America. And they had others from other countries, but this they all left from the United States of America. They never made it to the destiny, never found the plane as they had said. And they paid each family member $40,000. I think those are the ones that they took underground. But the 6 that was speaking out, no, I think it's more than 6. They gone. They gone. They gone. They already know that even the COVID, they know that all that stuff. They know all about it and what it is. 9/11 and everything. I'm sitting here watching. I said, Father, they know. They know. They putting it all on YouTube. They know. And he sit and say, do you see them doing anything? And I'm like, I never gave that a thought, that they know, but ain't nobody doing nothing. But when I saw that Epstein file, everybody putting it on YouTube and making videos on Facebook and just acting a fool. But look where it's at now. All those people been identified partaking in it. But look what happened. You don't hear nothing else. They got it made, y'all. They got it made the way they do everything. And I said, You know what else I did? I was thinking, I know this sounds crazy, y'all. I was thinking, if I were to really go before the Most High Yah and cry out, and it wouldn't be like a cry out with the natural cry, where you're having the tears and you're just all emotional, but just really, really like spiritually cry out, Father, how long? I don't know, somewhere in me, I really believe he will respond to me. I really, really believe he would. Because I've been thinking about that for the last 7 to 8 days. If I just would just speak to him with the inner man cry. Because it's, and only reason I would do that, and I feel that if I did it, how the outcome would be. The only reason why I was thinking that, I thought about when I was younger, whenever I had an issue, I go strictly before the Father. You think he didn't come down? Yes, he did. Every time. You think he didn't come down? Every time. See, that's why I don't let nobody tell me who he is. Because I've seen his response. So I just thought, okay, child, please. I'm just sitting here just saying to myself, if I would just go before the throne and cry out, will it make a difference? That's what I've been saying to him. And I knew that I can cry out in a way that he would be like he was when I was young and a teenager and I was younger. Oh, y'all, he pulled up. Hey, I don't care what issue I had. He pulled up. He pulled up. I told y'all, even when I would go to the store and when I wanted money and I asked him, would he give me some money and that I want to buy me something when I get to the store. It's just so beautiful, y'all. Y'all just don't know the Father that I serve. And even when I got in high school, he was still doing it. When I look back at them days and I realize who I really serve and who I really believe in and how he has always been there for me. Sometimes I wish I can do that now. I can cry and he'll pull up. So I was thinking about that, and I don't know if it would be right or wrong, but I knew it wouldn't be no wrong to it. But I said, if I was to pull up, would you step down like you used to? That's how I said that. If I was to go before him from the inner man, have y'all ever did that? Have y'all ever went to the Most High Yah from your inner? You said there are scientists from World War II. Oh, you thought you was crazy? Oh yeah. But yeah, I really did. I thought about going before the throne like that. And the only reason why I think is because what I can see from the level of the wilderness, and it's like, Father, look, do you see that? Father, y'all, hey, y'all just don't know what's out here. You just don't know what this sister talking about. Yeah, I'm just talking, but you just don't know where I'm talking about or what I'm talking about. So like I said, a lot of this stuff is stuff that I pictured when I was a little girl, and would go in there and get in the bed with my mom and dad, and tell mama about what I saw and stuff like that. And you should see a lot of stuff. And I guess I look at it now, being my age now, and I see that all that stuff was that just as real as things are real today. There's a lot of things in the ocean. There's a lot of things under the ocean. It's a lot of things that we as human beings have no idea, that the wicked of this world and those who have followed under that wicked, they have detached to many, many things that we never cared to know. And I guess that's another reason why they're getting away with so much, because no one is responding. No one is. And I don't know if anybody can respond. And I guess that's another way of me saying to the Father, if I come to your throne with this heart of heaviness of what I know that's before us, the thing about it is, if I go and he don't respond, that's why I haven't, because I don't want to go crossing over him in any way. I don't want him to step into anything because of my emotions and my feelings. That's why I said I would go in the spirit. But going to him in the spirit, I have to go in the spirit of knowing he already know what I'm coming before him with. Yeah, because it's worse than what anybody can even imagine, because it has become the norm. Everybody has made it the norm of everything, and to where it, and I guess that's where all those movies came in too, y'all. They always gave us all these movies to kind of leave the light on for us, except for we were so ignorant. We just looked at the movies and thought we saw a good scary movie or a good movie, or every movie that is detached to crookedness, it always was about the government and what the government has done to the country. It never dawned on y'all, have you? Every movie, the government system is always the bad. Y'all ain't never noticed that, did you? Always. I don't care if, look at uh, Transformers. Look how America was scheming behind the Transformers. You see what I'm saying? This country, it's been showing us that they ain't never been on the right track of nothing in the light of nothing that's righteous. They have showed up and showed out who they are. Just as the Father said, I told them they had to leave the light on. I said to the Father, they left the light on bright, very bright. But it's just the heart of people who don't want to believe it nor see it. They more so they don't want to believe it, because a lot of it is in movies. They made it very clear that you may see it. Did y'all remember that movie? What was it? Where they had cloned this black family, and all the way to the end, you couldn't figure it out. You see? I don't know. I forgot the name of that. And even the movie Get Out, all that stuff is facts, reality. And this, oh my goodness, I don't even want to talk about it. It's just so much stuff. I just have to make sure I put that before the Father, because it is extremely, y'all, too much stuff. And what the main thing, I think, I don't even think nobody can do nothing about it. I really don't think. So I just know that only one can do something with that is the Most High Yah. Do you think there's these people in the leadership position had the same leadership type position in the kingdom? No. I think they were intelligent, and I think they came down. But I believe there's something else down here that's giving them the ability. to do what they do. Satan ain't never been smart. Satan is a spirit. He can't give them the ability to do what they do. But there's something down here that's helping them to be successful in what they're doing, to the point where they're getting away with it and have been for hundreds and hundreds of years. Now, if it wasn't that, I would feel the need to go before the throne of the Most High God. But because I know, let me tell y'all what I'm saying. It's bigger than your fleshly mind can even imagine. Let me put it like that. It's so big that it takes only the Father to comfort you in what you know. Can't nothing on this earth, not even you yourself, be comforted by what you know. It takes the Father to comfort you in knowing, what you know. Because that's just how heavy I think things really is. And it's not because it just appeared to be, but it been like this for quite a long time. So somewhere along the line, me going through the throne, I sure like to ask the Father. I maybe asked him on the Sabbath, how did they get that ability to do all that they have been doing all this time? How did they get all that? Who helped them? Satan is a spirit. It couldn't have been him. If you look at that CERN that they created, how could they have done that, Father? Something wrong, somebody. You know that video I made, something just ain't right. Yeah, there's something going on. And it's not something that anyone on the earth can explain. And that's why I said me going to the Father. And I think I can go to him. He can give me the insight of it. But I was wanting to go to see if he could destroy it or make a difference. Because it's deep. It's no way the world can even, the people in this country, the people in this, and I talk about how this country ain't doing nothing, ain't saying nothing. It bothers me that everybody's so numb. And I'm sitting here looking at all this here. You know, when that man said that he went over in Mexico, him and his crew, because they had, I think it was 100 children sex trafficking, and they found out where they were. And before they go into the Cortez camp, they was on the mountain with these all these people who do the prayer, and for those who go in to take the children, to get the children. And when he said he saw that giant, I just said to myself, I ain't lying. I was saying to myself, yep, that's about right. Why? He said it blend in with the tree. You really couldn't see it till you start to see it move. And then he held his head down because he couldn't believe what he was seeing. He said, but when it jumped all out like and showed himself, he said he could not believe it. It's more on this earth that's going on than one could even imagine. And in my little mind, I'm like saying, okay, Father, yeah, what's going on? Oh, I know you're supposed to pull up some giants come Euphrates River drying up. Something coming up, but it's just the ideal. I can just see why he unlocking a lot of things from the pit, from the bottomless pit. But it's a lot. Even the two witness, y'all. The two witnesses not gonna be in the United States. They're gonna be over there in Israel, and after their time is up, something from the bottomless pit coming to kill them. I'm telling y'all, something coming from the bottomless pit, coming to destroy them. It's just amazing. It's amazing when you start to put all these pieces together and then you try to figure it out. But I know he's going to work it out. And it's going to probably be one of my Sabbath where he's going to talk to me about it, because I can feel that already, that he's going to end up talking to me about what I'm talking to you all about. I really believe that. Always mimicking. Yep, he sure do. He got it bad at that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They ain't built that thing for nothing. I don't know what's this deal with this Obama, but he's coming. He's pulling up already. He's already trying to pull up. Oh yes, he pulling up, y'all. Obama ain't who y'all think he is. Uh-uh. I told, boy, them people so angry with me in Atlanta, Georgia. Ooh, they was angry. They was a good angry though. I'm gonna be honest with you. They was that respectful angry, you know. And they was that type of said, well, why you say that? Don't say that. Please don't say that. I told them, no, baby, he ain't who y'all think he is. Uh-uh. They breeded that man. That man came from somewhere where they breeded him. Even his swag. You can tell he come with, he come with some sort of authority. No, he is not who people think he is. Wait till he pull up. He coming. Mm-hmm. He's coming. So I'm hoping in for the Sabbath that the Father would open up and give me something to go on. Uh, yeah, something to go on, because hey, we need it. I know a lot of people said no, it don't bother me. Sure is slipping. Yes, yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He's planning on coming. I think, to me anyway, I never thought that he's not connected to us as a people, period. I think he could be South Africa, but I think he's either uh, Iran or Middle Eastern. I don't think he's European. Mm-mm. European don't look like that. That not that uh, uh, color that he is, and he got that swag, and the swag that he has when Donald Trump around him. Donald Trump is like a little kid, always on his left, never on his right, and he act like a little kid. So I know he's not he's yeah, they related in that darkness. That's where they related in. They're all connected. So you know what, I think that's what I would do. I would wait to my Sabbath and wait on Yah to tell me. He probably tell me to shut up, leave it alone, Deborah. These things need be, Deborah. You can't touch this. Don't go there. I don't want to go there no way. I want him to. I don't want to go there. I want him to. Because if he go there, he gonna go there. I'm telling you, he gonna go there for real. The Most High Yah. Oh, when the Most High Yah go there, he go there. I've seen him at work. Well, I've been in situations where I said, Father, did you see that? Did you see that? I know you couldn't help but see it. Oh, my Father, come off that throne. Yes, he does. Y'all don't know him like I know him. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Most High can get real serious, you guys. I mean, like the real, hey, he ain't nothing. That's why I sit back and watch everything everybody doing and how people conducting themselves. And And I'm like saying, hey, they really, really don't know. Father, y'all, they really don't know. Because I'm like, I couldn't get away with that. I wouldn't even want to. He been so good, to me, y'all. He been too good to me. He been so good to me. He been so good to me that I've been to myself. Now, what is that like? A creator been so good to you, then you have been to your own self. Yes, he has. He just, I wish I can even explain the type of good. No, he don't play. And he don't play with me either. Tell you the truth. And when I'm telling y'all walk y'all tails around here with your nose up in the air and you high and mighty and prideful and all this. Let me tell you something, y'all. This mess that they talking about that's happening, like I told y'all, when I was a little girl, some of that stuff I remember seeing. Okay? I couldn't sleep like a little girl, like y'all probably slept. I couldn't sleep. The night always come, and it haunted me for years, y'all. Years. And it was all y'all. I remember times as a young person going down my mother's basement and cursing the Most High out. Oh yeah, it was deep. You letting them do this to me and so and so, so and so. And when I get that next day, he wiped that thing away. Don't let nobody lie on me. Oh man, when I was a young girl, they lied on me. It was always, okay. Next thing you know, he wiped that thing away. Y'all, I'm telling you, this creator has been so, so good to me. Better than I've been to myself. And I ain't going to sit here and tell y'all no lie. And a lot of stuff, yeah, I'm telling y'all that they chopping off heads and all that, drinking blood. Honey, when I was a young girl, I saw that mess. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the kind of stuff I saw. I didn't know where it was from and where it was coming from, but I saw it. So that's why I say I think of it now and I'm like, wait a minute, that was not a little. So and as you pay attention, the Father said, if y'all didn't see it, we read 3 verses saying that which is hidden or that which is in secret shall be brought forth, that which shall be in open. Y'all do not understand the reason why all this stuff is coming up. You would think it's them showing you everything they did. No, it was what he said that everything gonna be in the opening. But guess what the hurt come from? Clearly seeing it, and they still ain't nobody still moving from it or is moved by it. That's what's big to me. That's what's crazy to me. But maybe it ain't meant, because the people have stood around and with the hate in their hearts, the stealing and the killing and all these other things. So it's like if you know how they say, if the leader is bad, those that follow is bad, something like that. And I believe that this country is damned. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really do. It's just too much, y'all, that has taken place that's so clearly seen today. And what I also understand, he might not be allowing the people to see it because they ain't gonna bring it to the light no way. So that could be a reason. He might not. They don't know. They only say Yah is love. That's their love. They don't know the great and terrible Yah. And that's another thing. You see that great and terrible Yah? That's going to be a day. He going to cut up. And you don't hear nobody teaching that. I'm like saying, and in that day, he say, the sun is going to give up its glory. The moon going to give it its glory. The stars going to fall out the sky in that terrible day of Yah. But we can talk about the 3 days of darkness. Why ain't we pulling up with that? See, I'm just cuckoo clock. Things just don't make no sense to me. We can sit and teach the 3 days of darkness, something they did in Egypt back in Exodus, but we ain't gonna teach the terrible day of Yah. So this world will know he coming for your test. See, nobody don't want to teach it. The day of the wrath of Yah and the day of Yah, the same things. I don't know if he's going to do it 3 times or what, but these are times where he is going to cut up and nobody will teach it. Nobody. And I don't understand that. Yeah. And that's why people are seeing him only the way that they teaching him, you know. And I think they know, they teaching them only what they want to teach them. But the truth be told, people know we are in that end day. I'm going to go on and tell you that. They know we in the end day. People know we in the end day. But they just don't want to be partaker in seeing it. Yeah, they don't want to be in it. So Sister Deborah would say that I've been on here my 2 hours and I didn't really go over all of my what is it saying, but I appreciate each and every last one of you all in the live chat tuning in. And I'm already excited about the Sabbath day because I wonder what he's going to tell me. Because I'm going to go before him and ask him some things I need to ask. You know what it has a lot to do, you guys? He said, knock and the door is open. Seek and you shall find. Ask and it shall be given. He's sitting here telling us those are things he has opened his hands for us to do. And we still don't see fit to knock, to seek, nor to ask. We just think it's the way we think it is. And we go on our little way. Okay? So I appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in. And I will be back again. And let's say shalom and shalom.